Whoever did this, they want the streets to think we did this.
I think BMF's trying to send a message.
I already know y'all run by colors, but the only color we see is green.
Who are you?
Where is B. Mickey?
So you think we being set up?
What if we're walking into a trap?
You with me or you ain't? From hood to Hollywood, T.
We just getting started on our tour.
About to be the Black Pablo Escobar.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is what's next for BMF episode 9. And we just seen B Mickey take Laz out and the two snitches came together. But one thing about being around a snitch is another snitch is going to snitch on a snitch and the snitch is going to snitch on the other snitch. So it's never going to work. It's two magnets, two negative poles, put them together. You know what I mean? They're going to push off on each other. And that's what B Mickey did because he's trying to set up Meech and Terry, who unfortunately just lost their cash cow Purdy, who wasn't making any money. But her name is going to live on forever. So we're going to be breaking down the trailer for episode 9 and what's potentially about to come up in these last two episodes. We do have some new characters that are being introduced. And well, this is BMF for you. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like this kind of content. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload and help me get to 60,000 subscribers. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This is what's next for BMF. 2 episodes left and well, we got to get the ball rolling because the Red Dogs and Meech and Terry head out to LA because they need to meet Loco's actual boss, the head of the cartel, and also they got Maui who brought that weed down to Atlanta. Now Terry said that weed smelled good. Let me tell you, California, some of the best weed in the world. Now this is Southern California, sunny California. It never rains in California, but them bricks come through. I heard there's a light chance of snow. So they're going to be out here getting the lay of the land, but they also have a weed connect and they still have the cartel through Loco and his cartel boss. They're going to be out here. It's 2 episodes left. We know that this is eventually where Terry's going to set up his hub while Meech continues to stay down in Atlanta. So we'll probably start to see that breaking off point where Terry's going to start establishing himself. I'll stay here and Meech you leave. They do run into gangs out here in LA, and we know LA is ran by colors, blue, red, whatever other colors you want to wear out there. Just be careful. You know, they got YouTube videos about what hats to wear and not to wear. But Meech is telling them straight up, I know you guys got Bloods and Crips, but the only thing we see is green, that dollar sign, that mucho dinero. That's all we see. So let's try to get this money. He's basically putting the gangs on. Now, at this point, we know that the crack epidemic came around, and then this is when Meech and them started flooding that pure all-white cocaina. So he's letting them know, listen, squash whatever beefs you have with the other sets, with the other hoods, and let's get this money together. Because that's what we came here for. We're here to get money. And remember, Meech and Terry both established that they are some of the top earners. So this LA market is untapped. And why not step in and do what we got to do? Freeway Rick Ross ain't around. Brian and the Red Dogs are out here looking for revenge. They didn't already pull kick doors in, and unfortunately Laz didn't make it. As soon as they were handing out the folders with the information about where the stash houses were, I was like, damn, Laz done told everything. But remember, he didn't want to wear that wire. So him and B Mickey, they left the club together. 2 snitches linked up is never a good thing. 1 snitch in the vicinity is already one too many. But then you bring the mastermind who drove all the way from Detroit in that beater to get down here. You put him with another snitch, it equals bad news. And Laz didn't make it. And they're talking about, is this BMF sending a message to us? And that's exactly what B Mickey wants. For Meech and Terry to go down. And I don't know why, because they spared him so many times and they actually helped him with his daughter. But Laz didn't make it. And Bryant, he's hot on the trail of Meech and Terry. That's all he got to live for. His son is gone, but these 2 men need to be locked up behind bars, according to Bryant. We see Lamar pop up on B Mickey's wife, and that's because we don't really know what the deal is between them two. We know B Mickey set up Meech and Terry by sending Lamar over there, but at this point, we don't know what the correlation is. What's the actual plan between these guys? She told B Mickey not to go down to Atlanta, and now Lamar is popping up. So Lamar, he wants whoever he can get his hands on at this point. Meech and Terry ain't here. Well, let me go get B Mickey. Not knowing that Meech and Terry really don't care. But Lamar doesn't care either. So I could see him pressuring B Mickey's wife, and then she's telling him, hey, Lamar showed up, that crazy guy. And then B Mickey comes back to Detroit, and probably Lamar takes him out. But one thing we got to look at, either Lamar or B Mickey, they need to be taken out within episode 9 or 10. So I think we're going to lose one of them. Maybe Lamar takes out B Mickey and ends up going to jail, or vice versa. but they gotta X each other out. That's the only way that this show is gonna work. Terry and Meech are very, very worried. Laz is gone. The stash house has been hit. Brian is popping up on the scene. So they're trying to wonder who is coming after them. Who's setting them up? Whoever took out Laz is setting them up. Now, they don't know that it was B. Mickey. I'm not even sure they know B. Mickey was in town because he was sitting off in the cut when they were at the strip club waiting for this performance. Well, it wasn't a performance. It was an RIP ceremony for Purdy, who was out there on that booger sugar. So they're just trying to figure things out. And that's one thing about the streets. You always have to look over your shoulders, and everyone out there is potentially a rival or an op. So you never know who's coming after you. Plus, Terry got a lot of BS going on up in Detroit, and we're going to talk about that because we see Markeisha about to get hit and spun up. Now, some people are thinking that car blown up was Markeisha, but from what I've seen in this trailer, I don't think that was her car. Now we see Markeisha. She's been working with Boom. She got Giovanni in Texas. She's trying to get Terry to go into this business with her to go down there because she's a quote unquote hustler. But every time she gets involved with somebody, we don't know if she's playing Terry. We don't know if she's playing Boom. We know she's playing everybody. But that's what Boom said. She's playing everybody. Now, the car that blown up was a Toyota Camry. She's riding around in a Benz. So I don't believe that that car that blew up was her car, just for the simple fact that we got this Benz, what she's driving in, and this car right here is a Toyota Camry. So I don't believe that that's her car being blown up. And this looks like something down in California or down in Atlanta and not necessarily Detroit. So we'll see. But Markeisha needs to go because she's doing nothing but playing with fire and making it hard for all of us. Then we see Meech and Terry wondering about who's setting them up and what's the next move. And Meech is basically saying, Terry, have some faith, have some hope, believe in me, but just know you're either with me or against me. So we start to see the disconnect between the brothers even more than what we've already seen. And this is probably why Terry's like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out here in California, get away from the BS in Detroit. And Meech is like, all right, well, if you're gonna stay here, then you handle your business and I'm gonna handle mine. But you just answer the phone whenever I call. And that's probably where we're going to see the split and go into the finale. I don't know. We'll see. At this point, it is what it is. We still haven't sold no dope, and we're at 9 episodes in. We're going to see where this goes. But this is BMF episode 9. All right, let me know what you think about this trailer. We didn't really get much besides them going out to LA and maybe Markeisha getting blown up or taken out. But we don't know what's going on. We only have 2 episodes left. So let me know what you think. And is this going to be the divide between Terry and Meech, where Terry begins to stay out in LA and start running things out there? Let me know what you think. Again, I'm Mo.J. This is BMF content. And if you like this, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Hey, I'm Mo.J, and we're on that goal to 60,000 subscribers. So thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.